akurvannapi saṃkṣobhādvyagraḥ sarvatra mūḍhadhīḥ kurvannapi tu kṛtyāni kuśalo nirākulaḥ. The fool, even in inaction, is ever agitated by his commotion within. But the adept, that is the wise, even while performing his duties, indeed is unperturbed. This is in continuation with the earlier verse. Earlier verse talked about sense of duty in the world. When one takes up action in the world with ego and sense of doership, then agitation is bound to arise. Here Ashtavakra goes a step forward and says, even in inaction the fool is agitated. Whether the fool, the one, is not realized and is living with ego, is acting or not acting, his mind is ever active. His mind is ever lit up by vasanas, desires, attachments, aversion. Any one of or more of them, all of them. Such a mind will ever be agitated, whether he is acting or not acting. He may be silent apparently, his body may not be moving apparently, he may even be in a temple or a holy place, but his mind will ever be restless, agitated, as thoughts ignited by desires are rushing in his mind even while he is silent. Now about the Jivan Mukta. He may be acting intensely while performing his duties or actions due to the wind of prarabdha blowing. However, there is zero anxiety in him, zero agitation in him. The BMI acts. The self is ever in rest, motionless, changeless. And any agitation can be caused in mind only when there are stored impressions within, only when actions are taken up, fueled by desire attachment. When vasanas have been emptied, when there is no ego anymore, there can be no disturbance in the state of pure consciousness. He may be taking up actions or he may be stilled in samadhi, in his aloneness in a forest. In both extreme situations, he is ever equipoised, ever tranquil, ever in the joy of self. Commentary. A sage, ever calm and serene within, with his ego sublimated, his mind reveling in the self, undertakes mighty human programs of moral rehabilitation of the entire humanity. In the serenity of their minds, they generate a mightier dynamism, and thus their actions become almost superhuman, materially beneficial, morally spectacular, spiritually a blessing. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 48 verse underscores this idea. When Krishna laughs at Arjuna's pseudo-religion, which makes him declare his unwillingness to enter the field of activity. In a crisp statement of mantric beauty, Krishna summarizes his entire philosophy when he says, Samatvam yoga uchyate. Evenness of mind is yoga. Equanimity within is spiritual life. And then he goes on and says, Yoga karmashu kaushalam. Yoga is the dexterity in action, that is efficiency, and dexterity in action is spiritual life. Hari Om Tat Sat.